I'll raise the amber card, and at 7 minutes I'll raise the red card, and at 7 minutes 30 seconds I'll ring the bell.
Alright, noted. Thank you. Sean, can I have the project objective?
Okay, the objectives for Project 3 is to organize the speech in a manner that best achieves its purpose. Second, ensure the beginning, body, and conclusion reinforce the purpose. Thirdly, project sincerity and conviction and control any nervousness you may feel. And lastly, strive not to use any notes. Thank you.
Alright, all the best.
Thank you.
See, that's a handshake.
DBS. What's the first thing that pops out of your mind when I first mentioned those 3 letters? Yeah, many of you will be thinking about banks, a financial institution which has propelled Singapore's economy to a sustainable economic growth. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to talk about Singapore's economic growth, but I am here to talk about your growth. So good evening to you, Toastmasters of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about DBS and how you can use DBS to be confident and be respectable in the society that you are thriving in. So without further ado, I'll just get to the first acronym, the first letter, the D. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys to imagine yourself as an interviewer. You're going to interview assuming 2 candidates. 2 candidates. The first candidate will now walk in. So now the first candidate got his suit, got his tie, got his shirt, blazer all on. Looks very nice. And he comes in and he sits down. Now all of you are a panel of interviewers. Now you are going to interview this first candidate. You're going to ask him a few questions and he's going to answer a few questions. And now he's going to walk out. Now the second candidate will now walk in. But the second candidate is wearing a singlet. He's wearing a short. He's wearing a slipper. What is the first impression that is going to have on you? You're going to be perplexed and confused by what he is wearing. Am I right to say? Am I right to say?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your first impression matters. And thus, the first acronym, D, stands for dressing well. So if you want to be confident and if you want to be respectable in the society, you have to dress well. But what I mean by dressing well is not wearing formal suit and tie every day. But what I mean by dressing well is dressing appropriately to the event or the situation or the circumstances that you are attending to. So first is to dress well. But many people will tell you, just be yourself, blah blah blah, just be yourself. When you go for an interview, just be yourself. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you tell Hong Teng just be yourself, he's going to probably walk into the interview room with his Manchester United jersey and a slipper on. And ladies and gentlemen, the interviewer will be really confused. Now moving on. B. B stands for behaving well. The idea of behaving well is very subjective, I understand. Because human behavior differs from one person to another. Behavior is a very subjective matter. In psychology, it can be many things. So, the idea of behaving well is to be mindful of the people that you are interacting with. For instance, let me give you a scenario. For instance, if you are having a dinner with an Indian client at a Chinese restaurant, and you accidentally cross a chopsticks while you're eating, the Indian client probably won't mind this particular action that you've done. But if you're dining with a traditional Chinese from Taiwan and you're dining at a Chinese restaurant and you cross the chopsticks, the Chinese client is going to be all fuming and be disrespected. So the idea of behaving well in this matter is very subjective. It's all about your cultural intelligence. It's all about situational awareness. So, to control this, you have to be mindful. And to be mindful, let me give you a simple exercise. All of you, I need you guys to raise up your right hand. Right hand. And left index fingers, please. Very good. Now come together and make a circular motion. Now as you make a circular motion, you're feeling it. You're feeling this motion that you're doing. And when you're feeling it, you're now mindful of this action. And when you are mindful of this action, you become aware of the situation that you're currently in. And when you become aware, then you can assert your confidence and you can command respect from the people. Now the S is why we are all here today. S, again, I will repeat, is why we are all here today. S stands for speaking well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, speaking well is a very important key element if you want to be confident and be respectable. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered how Adolf Hitler committed a crime, killing 6 to 11 million people? The figure is so big that it's not even accurate, because there has been a lot of murders done. 6 to 11 million people, Adolf Hitler, without killing a single Jew with his hands. Do you know how he did that? Do you guys know? Simple. Through his speech, through his words. He's able to persuade people. He's able to assert his confidence. He's able to command respect from the people. He's able to command 200,000 Nazi Germans to kill 11 million Jews and commit the Holocaust. So speaking well is important, but I'm pretty sure that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you would not go out. I'm pretty sure that you don't have an evil intent and use this speaking well to commit evil crimes. But what I'm saying is that if you speak well, definitely you can be confident and you can persuade people. So ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking. Before I go, let me ask you a question. Do you guys want to be confident and be respectable? Do you guys want to be confident and be respectable?
Yes.
Do you guys want to be confident and be respectable?
Yes.
Then I need you guys to grab a pen. Just grab any pen, alright? Put the pen right in front of you. And repeat after me. I will.
I will.
Behave well.
Behave well.
I will dress well.
I will dress well.
Behave well.
Behave well.
And speak well.
And speak well.
Keep the words close to your heart. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Oh, thank you. I'll probably remember that almost every day. I'll just go in front of the mirror and just do this again. I will dress well, behave well, and speak well. Anyways, we have our next project by Clement. Project 4, how to say it, stress. The timing sequence will be the same, and may I have the project objective, Tyson?
Clement, your project objective is how to say it. Your project objective is to select the right words and sentence